Let me tell you guys about BellyUpSports. BellyUpSports is the internet sports bar. Go ahead and check out their website, www.bellyupsports.com, to read some great articles from great writers all across the country, from hockey, baseball, golf, soccer, you name it. BellyUpSports is the premier, not your average website. International break is this weekend, so USA has two friendlies coming up on October 12th. They'll be taking on Panama in the Q2 in Austin. As a matter of fact, they're actually training right now in Austin. And then on the 15th, they're going to Mexico, playing in Guadalajara. So not Estadio Azteca, in Guadalajara, Mexico, home of Chivas de Guadalajara. I believe that's the stadium that they're playing in. I mean, they could also be in Atlas, but I think it's probably Chivas. So the big thing is this is the first squad that Pochettino has listed. I know they said for the last call-up that he had some sort of say, but this is, in my opinion, Pochettino's first squad. And so that's why I'm going to stick with it. For goalkeepers, we got Ethan Horvath from Cardiff City. We got Patrick Schulte from the Columbus Crew, Zach Steffen from the Colorado Rapids, and Matt Turner from Crystal Palace. So we have four goalkeepers in this call-up, and the big highlight for me is obviously Zach Steffen, who has for quite some time been away from the U.S. men's national team. Obviously, after going to Manchester City, just lost a lot of confidence, and obviously he spoke on his mental health. Eventually, went back to the MLS to play for the Colorado Rapids, who has been pretty solid since his move back, and has found his way back in the good graces of the U.S. men's national team. I think the big takeaway from this is that the goalkeeper position is very much wide open, man. Matt Turner, don't think he's been having a good amount of matches over in Crystal Palace. Ethan Horvath, probably could say the same thing for him. So crazy enough, it should all eyes should be on Patrick Schulte and Zach Steffen, as should be the guys that to keep an eye on. But Matt Turner, once again, is goalkeeper number one until proven otherwise. But I think Zach Steffen and Patrick Schulte could even make some very good competition. Obviously, we did see Patrick Schulte in the last international break. Is he the guy that maybe Pochettino prefers? We'll see what happens, man. But Zach Steffen could be a big wrinkle in the goalkeeper room right now. In the defense, we got Marlon Fossey, who is in fact not dead, of Standard Liège. If you guys don't know the reference, Marlon Fossey, when he played his first cap as a U.S. men's national team player, U.S. Soccer decided to post a picture of him in black and white and with letter all red cap, and the internet took a lot of fun with that. So that's what I'm saying. Marlon Fossey, not dead, but he is coming in for representing Standard Liège. Christopher Lund from Palermo, Mark McKenzie from Toulouse, Tim Ream from Charlotte FC, Anthony Robinson from Fulham, Miles Robinson from FC Cincinnati, Joe Scally from Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Austin Trusty from Celtic. Defense, I mean, nothing really too crazy. I mean, love to see that Jedi's back. He's healthy again. So definitely happy that he's back with the team. But we'll see. I don't, aside from that, I mean, Sergiño Dest is still going to be out with injury, but I think still a good amount. Some good, interesting defenders. The only thing I will say is, do we just not have anybody that would take Miles Robinson's spot? I still want to give Tim Ream some benefit of doubt. I think he still has some quality left in him, but I think come 2026, he's probably not going to be featured. So maybe we should start looking at other defenders. But I think maybe there's just some injuries with the center back position that we really can't have that. So, but I do want to eventually see some guys fill in for Tim Ream and Miles Robinson, because I just don't see them being with us for 2026. The midfielders, we have Brendan Anderson from Leeds United, Gianluca Busio from Venezia, Johnny Cardozo from Real Betis, Weston McKennie from Juventus, Aidan Morris from Middlesbrough, Yunus Musa from AC Milan, and Malik Tillman from PSV Eindhoven. Big thing, Gianluca Busio, man. He makes his return to U.S. men's national team. Gianluca Busio, a very interesting player that came from Sporting Kansas City. Italian American. There was actually some interest from the Italian national team. Gianluca Busio did, in fact, choose the U.S. men's national team over Italy. Nice flex. And a lot of people do have a lot of promise on him. I do like what I've seen from Busio. So I would love to see how if he's someone that Pochettino kind of prefers, and especially in his tactics. So we'll see what if we do see Gianluca Busio come into this team. The forwards we got Folarin Balogun from Monaco, Ricardo Pepi from PSV Eindhoven, Christian Pulisic from AC Milan, Josh Sargent from Norwich City, Timothy Weah from Juventus, and Haji Wright of Coventry City. Um, Nothing real crazy here as far as the forwards goes. Um, I'm happy to see Timothy Weah back, but I'll hold on that because there is some updates onto the roster. But um, I think pretty straightforward. I don't think anybody that like really like jumps out on me when it comes to the list of forwards. I think they're guys that you expect to be out here. But there is some updates. So Tanner Tesman from Olympic Lyon is going to be taking Johnny Cardoso's spot. I believe Cardoso is dealing with an injury. All these are injury related. So Tanner Tesman will be taking Johnny Cardoso's spot for the U.S. men's national team. Alejandro Zendejas from Club America is coming in for Timothy Weah. Timothy Weah got hit with a knock. So unfortunately, I don't get to see my boy Timothy Weah back with the U.S. men's national team just yet. And Brandon Vasquez of Monterrey, he is filling in for Folarin Balogun, who got hit with a knock in for Monaco as well. So yeah, so those are the three players that are coming in for this one. So Pochettino did mention that he is going to be trying to use the 4-2-3-1 formation as well as the 4-3-3. I think if we use the 4-2-3-1 formation, goalkeeper, honestly, I could think it could either be Matt Turner or Zach Steffen. I think Zach Steffen could probably make a really good shout for himself. Matt Turner, I just don't know where he's at in confidence wise. Schulte might be another name that I maybe because we did see him in the play in the last U.S. call up, but I wouldn't be surprised if Zach Steffen somehow starts in one of these two matches. So I mean, I'm very intrigued. I think it could potentially happen. So I would say Zach Steffen. I think I could see Zach Steffen do enough to get ahead of Matt Turner. I think where Zach Steffen is right now mentally versus Matt Turner is probably in a better position, and you want a confident goalkeeper. So I'm going to say Zach Steffen will get the start in this, but I do think Matt Turner will get the next start. So I don't. It is a combination of Zach Steffen and Matt Turner, but I believe Panama will see Zach Steffen, and I think Mexico will see Matt Turner. In the back line, it's very much the same. I think it's Anthony Robinson, Tim Ream, Mark McKenzie, and Joe Scally. Either one in the 4-3-3 or the 4-2-3-1. I think it's very much going to be that same back line. The midfield, I think in the 4-2-3-1, we're going to see Weston McKennie and Gianluca Busio, and Malik Tillman. Malik Tillman playing that cam role, and Weston McKennie and Gianluca Busio playing kind of those center mids, maybe defensive mid. For one of them specifically, I would think Weston McKennie might be the one. If Johnny Cardozo was here, I'd be more confident in saying that he would be in that sixth spot. But I think, I think that's where they're going to be. I got, and it's the same thing for the 4-3. Actually, 4-3-3. I have Yunus Musa instead of Gianluca Busio. Being that I think Weston McKennie will play that sixth role, Yunus Musa will play more of like that 8, and Malik Tillman will play kind of a 10 spot in that midfield. And then the wings, it's Christian Pulisic and Brendan Aronson. If Timothy Weah was here, I feel like Timothy Weah would start. But I think Christian Pulisic and Brendan Aronson would be the guys on the wings. And up top is going to be Ricardo Pepi. I think with Folarin Balogun out, Pepi takes the starting spot. Maybe we see Haji Wright. Maybe we see Haji Wright. Maybe we see Brandon Vasquez. Josh Sargent could be a good shot on the wing. So we'll see what happens. But I think that's what I'm projecting to see in this lineup for the U.S. men's national team. But so just to reiterate, October 12th versus Panama in Austin, Texas, and then October 15th at Mexico in Guadalajara.